All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Tear Down Garage here. Today, we'll be working on the oil pump for the 31 Ford Model A again. Now, again, I've kind of gone ahead and loosened some of the things up just to make our videos a little quieter. That first one was a bit much. I think we can all agree on that. So, first things first, obviously, you're going to want to have your side valve cover off. It's quick and easy. Couple of bolts all the way around, nice and clean. Now this piece here, you notice that it is going to be notched. So you got a notch on that end, notch on this end. This piece, because you got top of the engine, bottom of the engine. We're upside down right now. Probably should make that note. This piece actually sits right in here. It's kind of like a gravity type of thing because when the engine's upside down, you know, obviously it's not a big deal. And then, you know, there's a little bit of pressure behind that. This piece is, just start with this one, nice and easy. You know, once you kind of loosen it, knock it back, thing falls right out. You know, check for damage. This one's not damaged, but it's just dirty as hell. So go ahead and set that aside. Once you are at that point, your pump will look like, get it right spot. Pump will look like that. You're gonna have a little bit of tension on the spring, right? These things are very dangerous. You know, you'll lose a tooth, knock your face out, whatever. But you put something in here. I used the handle of a crescent wrench and just kind of eked it out, and didn't have too much of a problem. You just, you know, kind of slide that down, set that aside. I don't know if it matters, but I like to keep what was upright before the same. I don't know, springs, tension, etc. So set that one aside. Next up, remember this thing sits just like this. You might have to give it a couple knocks. Use a you know, scrap 2x4, nothing too heavy duty. It'll eventually slide right down. Okay. Now this is what we're working with here. See, we got a lot of gunk, build up. Just do a nice clean. That's where that piece connects. Turn it and adjust it. So we just got a lot of nastiness in there, but otherwise, you know, I mean, it turns freely considering its age. No real complaints on that one. Just clean her up and should be good to put back in. Now this other piece, actually, let me take one of these gloves off, get you a closer, ouch, look. So, come around to the other side here. So you notice how it seems to sit flush. And it almost looks like there's a bolt coming through or something, right? No, that's just a pin. A couple of light taps and it'll eventually knock itself loose, at which point you can just slide this right up and out. See that pin on there? You know, nothing too harsh, nothing too crazy. Don't beat the hell out of it. Don't take your day out on it, but it's essentially how that works. It just, you know, you slide it right up and you're in business. So bring this over to the bench. Let me get a good view here. Sorry, I'm not set up as I'd like to be. 1 second. So you got these bolts and the spring on the end, right? Messier than hell. Put this glove back on. Stuff is greasy and oily. You're gonna wanna stay clean with it. Now, these are, of course, I don't have my sockets ready. I believe they're 1/2 inch. Oh, 1/2 inch is too big, so let's go 7/16 on that. 7/16 it is. All right, so again, I don't know how much it really matters. You notice you got a you have a diagonal piece in there. You can kind of see it. I like to keep mine going the same way just because I don't know if it matters. So Again, that's not 100%. It's just what I like to do to keep my stuff straight and clear. So first things we'll do is we'll take off these. Like I said, these are 7/16 with a washer. Sorry, I'm still learning how to make videos. That's why it's not so clear. And then we'll flip her over. Take that one. I'm just gonna leave it hanging on just so I can keep the right direction to things. So this is what you end up with. A spring on a plate, right? So again, I like to keep mine going the same direction. This is just a regular circular plate with a good chunk of guck on there. Backside's a bit harsh. So we'll slide those out of the way. And we're at this point. This is the inside of your oil pump. Now, you'll notice if you push that pin at the end, they have this little sprocket drive will come out. At which point you can go through, clean up, replace, however you deem fit. It's got a little key drive in there. Shouldn't be too crazy to knock out. Actually, yeah, it's got a little, it's a circular key drive. It's interesting. And then this one, let me adjust. Oh, there we go. I should have started with this from the beginning. So then this piece pops right out. Again, I like to keep what was current, you know, what was always up. Bottoms, I like to keep its bottoms. And then this thing is kind of a pain in the ass. Stand by. It's a really light mesh that is easily damaged. You should go nice and easy with. Try not to catch anything on the way. Actually, you know what? Let's go this route instead. See on the back of this, you got a couple of flathead screws. Let's pop those out real quick. See if that makes our life any easier. Okay, there's one. Okay, there's one set. Notice with a washer again, looks like a like these have lock washers. The plate has flat washers. If you can see that. There you go, though. All right, so you'll see this. On this back piece, see how we got a certain shaped opening? Slides right through. And you can see all of your buildup. Oh yeah, this thing's already betel before I even got to it. It's a copper mesh, interestingly enough. So you can slide that right off. That's what you're left with there. Clean it up, church it up, however you see fit. Push this thing, put this in the dishwasher or something to get it cleaned up. I don't know if they make a replacement outright for this. I don't really see anything wrong with it aside from a little nick there, but it's not torn, not screwed up at all. Right? So there's that. Now, something else. Bring the chair back around. You'll notice on the side, right? So we pulled it. Where's my hand? Pulled it up and out of here. Remove that spring from here, that pin from the bottom. You'll notice this is a flathead screw, right? I've already loosened it to try and keep things quieter this video. So you can just unscrew that a couple times. And now, when this is in its proper place, sorry, just throw that back in there for good measure. It gives you kind of a viewpoint. I'm not really sure what you should be looking at just because it's dingy and dark, and I don't know if that's maybe if you see buildup, that means it's time to switch it out. Can't really get much closer without it being blurry, but that's the general idea behind it. It's almost like a viewport. So there's that. Pull that back out. There's a good idea. So, you know, go through, take your sandpaper to the smoother parts, ignore the rough stuff, and just clean out your gunk, see what you're working with. I mean, just like any sort of oil catch, it's gonna be pretty nasty. It looks like it's a brass fitting down there. Kind of not ported, but maybe one of those carbon type. See how you got those dimples. But anyway, that's it. Appreciate you guys watching. Hit subscribe, hit like. I got a couple more videos to make with this engine, and then I'm moving on to, I think my next one is a late 70s Chevette engine and transmission. We'll do some basic breakdowns on that. But you got any questions or anything, or you want to see anything a little bit closer or more hands-on, you just let me know. I got no problem jumping back in. I mean, I got a bench full of parts still, and, you know, we'll figure it out together, right? So, all right, thanks.